Amelia. So today I'm going to be doing a rehab on this, a tall boy dresser, but it's a petite one. I'm going to be using it with chalk paint that I use. I like chalk paint because I don't have to sand before. I don't need a strip, so it's going to avoid all those harmful chemicals that I might be inhaling, which isn't good for him. So what I'm going to do is use the chalk paint that I make. I make it myself. I don't like to buy other people's chalk paint because I like to customize the consistency and the thickness of the paint itself. The materials that I use for that is water, plaster of Paris, and latex paint. I'll show you how to make that in just a second. Okay, so what I use for the paint is my latex paint here. I just got a small one in flat. This was probably $2.58, I think, at Home Depot. It was really cheap compared to buying the quart size paint, and it's important that it's latex. The next supply that I'll be using is my plaster of Paris. I got this at Joann's. I think it was like $6 or $7. This has lasted me many projects. And I have another one in the garage and I haven't even touched it yet. And then next is just water. So what I like to do is I like to, so normally it's 1/3 of a cup of plaster of Paris for like the consistency. I'm gonna be doing half of this recipe. So 1/3 of a cup is like 5 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon, which is like ridiculous. So I'm just gonna grab my 1/3 of a cup and put in half. And then I get my water. And the same thing, it needs to be cold, but I'm just gonna do half of a portion, which is 1/3 of a cup, so I'm gonna do half of that. And I'm just eyeballing it. Get that in there, and then it calls for half of a cup of paint, which would be 1/4 of a cup of paint for my recipe that I'm going to be doing today. I don't really want to get paint on a measuring cup, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it again, and we'll say that that's good. Let me get it over here on my lid, that way I can trap that paint. Won't be able to open up this jar, but that's okay. And then you just mix it up. And so I'll show you. This is kind of thin right here. I hope you guys can see that. It's kind of thin. I like it a little thicker. So you have one of two options. You can wait to see how this sets up before you add more plaster. Or if you're impatient like me, just add a little bit more plaster. And it's not a perfect science. Oh, that's a little bit too much, but that's okay. We'll just mix that up. We can add more water, more paint. And see, you don't really need to buy a huge quart of latex paint because, you know, when you're adding all these other ingredients, it makes a lot. So, you know, be thrifty, save your money, and only buy what you need.
Think I'd try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me on tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around.
Alright, so now that I kind of perfected how I'm gonna be doing my stain on this, I thought I'd show you guys my little technique. So all I do is I take my waxing brush. Here's the lid of the antique wax. I do a single dip, and this is all I have on my brush. And I just randomly put those dots of the heavier wax and then I go to town on buffing. And see, it covers real thick, this antiquing wax. So you really don't need a lot of product on your waxing brush. So that's what that looks like there. My next step that I like to do is that I take my 120 grit sandpaper block and I hit the high parts. Okay, so moving on to the next part of our project, we're going to be lining the inside of our drawer with this beautiful vintage paper. I got this paper from the Goodwill. As you can tell, I've already painted the sides of our drawers and the inside, except for the bottom piece because I'll be, layering it with the paper. I'm going to be using Mod Podge. It was $8.99. and I got it with a 40% off discount from Hobby Lobby. And then I just have a little sprayer with some water. I find that when I spray the paper down first, it really helps it get on there smooth without bubbles. Applying the Mod Podge, I'll also be using a foam roller, or not a foam roller, excuse me, a foam brush. Dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll show you the next part of the drawer design that we'll be using thumbnail tacks for. like to thank you guys for watching our video. We both worked very hard on this. He kept giving me heartburn during the whole thing, so you can see me swallowing a lot. That's probably why. I did that project, I think it was probably around 30 weeks. It was one of my nesting moments. You just get so excited and you just need to start getting stuff ready and tidying up all those loose ends. So if you guys like this video, please give me a like. Give me a comment too if you guys have ever used just a basic household item like a thumbtack and transformed it in your decor. I would love to hear your ideas, and yeah, I think that would be super fun. Also subscribe. I have an awesome project coming up that I don't think you guys are gonna wanna miss. I'm gonna be using clawfoot tub feet in my next project, cast iron. So, you know, if you wanna see what that's about, stay tuned. Thank you guys, bye. What do you say? Bye, bye.